Yeah. You know the story. It's heavy in the air. When a father turns to shadows, how could you even dare? Yo, Will Henry, you a sucker. Let's break it down. Claim you a man, but where's your crown? Put your hands up, kid. You taught him how to fight, but you ain't fighting right, man. This ain't no light. You grab your son, run off like a thief in the night. Where's the love? This ain't how you raise a child, right? Kicking your son out like he's just a game piece. How you claim to be a dad, forgetting his release.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? How are we doing today?
You think no one cares? Special needs child, you're running from the truth. But every word you spit just reveals your own you. Admitting the violence, it's hard for me to trust. Fighting your kid, nah, that's just unjust. 6'2", but he's still your son at the core. Raising fists over lessons, that ain't what you're for.
Boy, them Twitter streets are hot today, and I mean summer on asphalt, sneaker melting into the damn pavement hot.
Public and raw, yet you try to justify and glaze over the flaw. Just look in the mirror, see the man you become. A name in the charts, but what's under that drum?
So what is going on, everybody, man? You know, another TeMu attorney stepping up, man. You could practically hear the timeline sizzling. God damn. Looking around on Twitter, it was like somebody left the damn grease pan on high and walked away. It got crazy. It got so crazy, right? Look, I had to go put the vest on. You know what I mean? I had to put the vest on. You know what I mean? Them Twitter streets was smoking. You know what I mean? Every time I refreshed, it was another meltdown, man. You know? Mo the attorney. Goddamn. Look, them Twitter streets, look, I had to put the vest on. Wasn't even playing. We had to put the vest on. Them Twitter streets was pap, 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 pap. We had to put the vest on. You know, them Twitter streets was hot. You know, boy, every time another lawyer giving out some crazy legal advice, like giving out friggin' Halloween candy, man. What is going on? I mean, can we even have fundraisers anymore without people? People are gonna stop playing that reporting game. It can get nasty out there. You know, you guys got content everywhere. You played my content. It could get really bad because technically you ain't supposed to play no one's content. You know what I mean? Can't even have a fundraiser for Karen Reed. Is the hatred that crazy? Let me get this vest, girl. Is the hatred that crazy? You know, I mean, it's just, how much hate can we have in one community, you know? But these lawyers are crazy because some don't even know the difference, like Mo, between a docket number and a DoorDash order. I mean, it's just chaos. Unfiltered, uncut chaos. Give me a minute to take these vests off, you know, but we got a lot to talk about.
It's heavy in the air. When a father turns to shadows, how could you even dare? Yo, Will Henry, you a sucker. Let's break it down. Claim you a man, but where's your crown? Put your hands up, kid. You taught him how to fight, but you ain't fighting right, man. Listen up. We're taking a stand for every survivor. We break the silence on command. Yo, are we condemning the man, painting them with blame, not believing the truth, calling survivors insane? Alex, I stand with you, you're not alone in this fight. We're tearing down the shame, stepping into the light. Predators lurk, they hide in the night. Turtle boy pops up, ready to ignite. Re-traumatizing victims, shaming they past, calling them liars, but this truth's gonna last. We rise up, we stand united in the fight. Against the evil, through the dark we bring the light. No more silence, it's time to break the chains. For every survivor, we'll expose the pains. Yeah, Melanie Little, stop backing so proud, bragging about the fortune, got your head in the cloud. You supported Ray from Dallas, what's the deal? How you still stand with him after all the survivors appeal? You said you fight back, but where's your support? Grifting on their backs, how do you report? Deceptions in the shadows, hiding what's true, we're calling you out. It's time to break through.
This is for the children who suffer in silence, for the ones who got lost in the cycles of violence. Stand up together, break the spell of the weak, we're done with the silence. United
we rise up, we stand united in the fight. Against the evil, through the dark we bring the light. No more silence, it's time to break the chains. For every survivor, we'll expose the pain.
Time to bring down Will the Glare, Uncle Debbie too. Mental instability, it's time to see it through. Jessica Machado, your hatred for Nan's clear. You hide behind your anger, it's time we persevere. Raised dressed like a sheep, but he's hunting on kin. A wolf in disguise, but we'll never give in. This fight ain't over, we're rising like flames. For every survivor, we're calling out names.
We rise, we shout against all the lies. No more stigma, no more alibis. Stand with us, hear every survivor's decree. Against the predators, we'll stand strong and free. We rise up. We rise up. We rise up. We rise up.
Video is going crazy. Video. I like the video. I think
Listen
the
up.
video
We're
came
taking a
out pretty
stand.
hot. But that rise up, stand together, man. Shout out to all the victims that find the courage to come forward, man. We know it isn't easy. All your heart starts beating. You keep hearing the drum roll in your head. You know, but what is going on, everybody, man? How was your day today? Let me just get all this set up. But yeah, man, them Twitter streets, you know, the TeMu attorneys, you know, another grown adult arguing in friggin' circles. In circles. And circles. This guy acting like he knows what the hell is going on. You know, some of these people, like I said, don't know the difference between a docket number and what the hell did I say? A DoorDash number, man. It's just complete chaos. Yeah, complete friggin' chaos. Absolutely. Man, some BS going on last night, huh? I left my phone home, so I didn't have a chance to check out what was going on. And then, you know, I pull up this morning and, you know, when I get home, I turn everything on and I find out that JFK had, you know, had a fundraiser going on, but we'll definitely get to that. But, you know, we got people filing these imaginary lawsuits, right? From their couches, right? Tagging strangers like they're serving subpoenas or something. Preserve your phone, preserve your phone. You know, like behaving like they graduated, you know, from the University of Unhinged Threads or Facebook Comment University. It's like, you know, some of these lawyers, you know, the filthy mouths that they have. Boy, the delusion. The delusion. You're really like doing Pilates at this point. Stretching itself, into shapes no one even asked for. Ray from Dallas is gonna sue. Sue who? What's he gonna sue for? Sue who? Waste our friggin' time with this shit. Ray from Dallas should worry about being sued. And tuberculosis, trash barrel, whatever you want to call that weirdo, he should worry about being sued for the way he treated the alleged victim after doing an interview with that. Let people see who he really is. We got these friggin' main characters of the day are out here acting like the timeline is a friggin' courtroom or something. It ain't. Facebook isn't a friggin' courtroom. Oh yeah, his tweet. He tweeted it like a friggin' tweet is sworn testimony or something. Look, if Twitter was admissible evidence, right? Half of y'all would be serving life without parole. God damn, man, you are stupid. And the funniest part, right? Everybody's yelling, everybody's pointing fingers, right? Everyone, we're going to expose this person, but nobody even knows what the frig is going on. Everybody's going to expose everybody. Man, you know what it's like? It's like watching a neighborhood fire, right? Where everybody's running around trying to put out the fire, right? And nobody has water in the friggin' buckets, right? But everybody's arguing about who should have brought the damn fire hose. Like, that's what's going on here. Ray from Dallas. Right? People forget how much of I don't even know you, Ray, so I say this with the utmost respect. People forget what a piece of shit this guy was. And I say that respectfully, Ray. Respectfully, I call you a piece of shit. Because I'm sure, Corey is a nice guy. But I heard the other Gregory Bradshaw isn't too nice of a guy. See? Be careful of the spirit you wish upon. Trying to dox somebody. You can't mess with, the Twitter files over here, like they are on it. They'll pull up something from like Hoover. You don't know nothing about that, but the Hoover files, man, like J.F. Hoover. Same thing with Walter Stone, Rhode Island State Police. They have files on everybody, so be careful. The Twitter files will be up your ass sideways. Turning it into a damn digital inferno. You don't want no problems. The rumors. All these wannabe attorneys. And I know there's a lot of great attorneys. I ain't talking about y'all. Y'all know who y'all are. I'm talking about them. They know who them are. The contradictions. It's just a whole circus. Oh, Ray's gonna sue. Oh, who you gonna sue? Who are you gonna sue? Will Henry, who are you gonna have locked up for what? Do you people even listen to yourself think? And I know why when Will Henry said this is the most exciting thing he ever done with his life was entertain a bunch of people, talk to a camera. That's the most exciting thing he's ever done in his life. The most worthwhile thing he's ever done in his life. I mean, salute to you, but I don't know what the fuck farm you came off. Because the clowns, they're already in full makeup, bro. But man, that's it, man. Welcome to the Can We Keep It Real podcast. And today we're going to step right into this shit. We're going to get into the Twitter streets. You see, I just had the vest on. It was hot out there. boy, was it hot out there. Last night I missed the JFK telethon. I left my phone home. I get to work, and usually I don't, but I was so like out of it. You're so friggin' tired. I think it took me all that way to work just to try to plug my charger in. And then I get to work, and the guy comes knocking on my window, right, and he's like, "Hey, buddy, your car's in reverse."
No.
I was like, "Oh shit."
Oh boy.
He said, "You might want to wake up a little bit, but I'm tired, doing this all day, driving all night. Um, it definitely gets to you." Um, yeah, but welcome back to the Can We Keep It Real podcast, man. I'm your boy Mikey. Today we're gonna look at some of these legal clowns. They even got little clown cars that keep producing new characters every week. And we're going to check out some of the Muppets. Shout out to SK27. That dude be doing some phenomenal work. Shout out to him. 6 years, I think people need to know what happened to Justin Root. We're going to talk about that soon. I've been looking over, reading a couple articles. I want to read some of the paperwork. What they did to that man was just horrible. But this week's star, right, on who was a TeMu Attorney of the Year, or of the week, of the month, just who's the TeMu Attorney of the Year? And it has to be no other than Mo Esquire. Well, Mo, congratulations. You have 24 hours to get to the studio and you're going to win a free ice cream cake. So definitely let us know where to send that cake, Mo. But the fundraiser, the fantasy, and the free fall that was going on, here I am. I see a screenshot of Mo telling people, report. Careful what you wish for, Mo, because the same people you're telling to report, everybody's using everybody's content, man. Like, they're going to start shooting copyright strikes at each other. You're going to see channels go bing, bing, bing. Channels are just going to come down, and then everybody can start over fresh. Right? Because you get 3 copyright strikes, you're out of here. Technically, you're not even supposed to, use someone else's content without their permission. Now, say someone takes this stream right here, and you could mess around and think it's fair use if you want. If you want to test me, why don't we have a little experiment? Use it, and then I'll hit you with a copyright strike. And we'll see what happens, because technically you are not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to use someone else's live video while they are live. Now, what you can do is you can have a secondary device, or you can have a screen behind you, and you could play the content, off a secondary device. Totally legal. But technically, nobody should be really streaming other people's content. If you look at other communities, go over to the battle rap community, they don't even play that. You try using my content, and I may let it stay up, but they'll tell you, yo, say something negative about me, and you're I seen channels come down, history, and once your channel comes down, your channel don't go back up. You don't get that shit back. You don't do your little 7 days, 14 days, 30 days. That's it. You lose the channel forever. And every video you ever made. And before you start copyright striking people, there's something called a false claim, where if YouTube thinks you're false claiming, they'll give you that copyright strike, and they'll even take your channel. They will shut your channel down permanently on YouTube. So play around if you want. But Ray from Dallas, man, the man who has burned more bridges than a friggin' pyromaniac on probation, right? Suddenly has an attorney, and this lady, right? This fucking lady, right? She behaves like she graduated from the University of Facebook comments. It's like, whoa. Oh, yeah. Oh, this lady. Oh, my God. Oh, she's a real fucking prize. Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah. Mo, the kind of prize you win at a fucking carnival booth. Absolutely. Where the sign says, everyone's a winner. Stick it in, you win. Pop one, you win the big one. It's like, whoa, this lady, you attract them, Ray. You really attract them. They're like, hey, come on over. The toys cost 12 cents over here. Come on over and give it a try. Don't walk on by, walk on in. Hit one around the ring, you win. What was Ray like? Yo, teddy bears are for love affairs. Come on over here. I can't. Where they find these people? Even Mo doesn't know. Let's talk about Mo. Because apparently in Mo's world, contacted witnesses through social media, tagging random people and telling them to file copyright strikes, that's what real lawyers do. Nah, I'm not that far into it. Actually, we just started going over. I did the monologue and shit, but nah, you good. Yeah, we're talking about Mo Esquire, the TeMu Attorney of the Year, because apparently, in Mo's law firm, right? We got to get the name of that law firm. We got to find out what law firm Mo is working at, because apparently over there, they contact witnesses through social media. Yep. Hey, did you get that post? I sent you an important summons. Yeah, I put it on your Facebook page. Oh, I Instagrammed it to you. You know what I mean? Yeah, this is very important. We got to file that copyright strike, because this is what they're teaching lawyers now. Maybe I should hire Nan to file a copyright strike for me, the lawyers, absolutely. Because real attorneys, right? They don't litigate from Twitter because they use someone else's content. And like I was saying, when you use other people's content, like how everybody watches this one's video, that one's video, the owner of that video, like if that's like Chat House, or they can say, YouTube, this person is using my content. Now YouTube will say, okay, you want to let them continue to use it, but you will get paid for using it. So if it's a bigger channel, you kind of like, screw it. Yeah, let it stay up because I'm still getting paid for that content. Or you say, nah, matter of fact, I don't want nothing from them. I want to strike them. I want to hit them with a copyright strike. You shouldn't be messing with people's property because that's your intellectual property. That video belongs to you. This video belongs to me. So you could basically, any video that I go on YouTube and snatch and say, we're going to watch this, I got to hope that that person don't want to hit me with a copyright strike. But usually, like by now, everybody's been using everyone's video for so long, it'll be like the Wild Wild West. They'll be shooting at, they be like copyright striking at each other, and you'll see channels come down, like bricks, because you get 3 copyright strikes. That's it. Once you get 3, YouTube don't care. No ifs, ands, or buts. Your channel is gone. Do not pass go. Do not collect 200. Yeah, if they're making money, you can say, we're just going to put a copyright claim in. That means to say any money that video makes, I'm taking it. And I also have the right to say, nah, take the whole video down. That's why a lot of people sometimes they'll have a backup channel. Just in case you get a copyright strike, and then you might get another one. And then there's another way that people be reporting you. It's a regular harassment report claim. Now, them claims, they don't let anyone know who put the claim in. It's confidential. They always want to protect the victim. Turtle Boy, you heard that? You always want to protect the alleged victim. Always. No ifs, ands, or buts. Over here, we always protect the alleged victim. And in the chat, we don't want people saying words like, the correct word for PDF file, words like that. We don't want, because that don't help the channel out at all. All them, no curse words. If you're going to curse in the chat, please respell it. Instead of using an E, you could use a 3. You can find creative ways, to spell your words. Well, I know that JFK, I think they're live. They were doing the fundraiser yesterday for Karen Reed, and their live was taken down. Because people was telling people to go in there and report them. But it's crazy because I think I seen James Jackson say earlier that they were also reacting to their video, which it's all well and good if everybody has an understanding. But what's next? Because the community is so hot and so vile right now, people are going to start reporting everybody's video. People are going to start reporting it, and you're going to see channels go away. Real attorneys, they don't litigate from Twitter. Like they're friggin' auditioning for, the friggin' Legally Blonde, the TikTok edition coming soon. If you're not listed on a docket, not counsel on record, and not filing anything in an actual court, then what exactly are you doing on Twitter, even talking about it? You're just acting as an attorney on the internet. Now, if you want to do that, that's all cool, but make sure you give good advice. I mean, this is like friggin' showing up to the hospital in scrubs you bought on friggin' Amazon. Yeah, where's the operating room? I'm here to operate. Where is that operating room? It's like, holy shit. And I don't know what all the hate is against Jay Brill, What any of them guys, It's just bullshit. You know, if anyone should be worried about being sued, it should be the friggin' turtle. You know, it should be the turtle. Oh, we started putting our stuff back up on Spotify now, so you're going to be able to catch the actual podcast on Spotify, Apple iTunes. We were on all of them. I just got to go in and do all the behind the scenes computer stuff. Smart car, CarPlay. You know, we're gonna be on all of that cheesy. Let me see. I'll show ya. Yeah, you see, I'm in the middle of it right now. You know, we're gonna put all the episodes up there on Spotify, and we're also gonna make a channel for the music. You know, some people was asking about the music, so yeah. But the Ray from Dallas Delusion, man. You know, we're gonna talk about Ray in just a second. You know, because a lot of people forget. You know, and like I said, I have nothing against Ray. You know what I mean? But the guy was a real shitty fucking person. I mean, because the idea of Ray from Dallas, this man is gonna sue anybody, is hilarious. It really is. Thank you for letting me know. Um, yeah, who's he gonna sue? You know, who's being held accountable? Who's being questioned? Who's being inconsistent? Every time this guy opens his mouth, it's the same guy who has been a walking contradiction since the day he stumbled upon Turtle Boy and Company. From day number one, like that drunk uncle, right? Wandering into the wrong friggin' wedding reception. You know, it's just you know that drunk uncle, man, that gets stupid. And now you give Uncle Drunk, right, an attorney who's just as out there as Uncle Drunk, who behaves like she's filing motions from the clearance aisle of Dollar Tree. You know, boy, what a perfect match. The Turtle Boy Panic Parade, absolutely. Absolutely. If someone uses it and makes money, you will make money as well. Well, they ain't gonna let both of y'all make the money. But if it's your content and they're using it and you put a copyright claim in, then that money comes to you. You know, sometimes there is a split. But a lot of times in a community like this, you're kind of like, I don't want that money. I want to strike his ass. You know what I mean? 'Cause that's just how it goes. You know, dog eat dog world. It's a dog eat dog world. You know, there is a video that I want to play. a video that was recently made and put together. Shout out to all the people that are strong enough to come forward, after, being an assault, whether it's 5 years later, 27 years later, whatever it may be. But we put a video together. Stand up and stand together. No, you could sit down. I wasn't doing it. Stand up, stand together. Let me make sure we're all queued up here. Okay, we should be good there. Okay, boom. Okay, hang on. I'm getting you. I'm getting you there. I'm getting you there.
Then speak the truth, no more blind eye. We ain't shaming, we're claiming all the pain bottled inside. Yeah. Are we shaming the man, not believing his cries, telling stories so raw like darkness in disguise? Alex stands bold, he's worn the scars on his chest, but the world just keeps on spinning, forgetting the rest, riding on fumes, the haters all caught in a lie, silence. Survivors can't believe what you deny. Turtle boy in the shadows, poking fun at the brave, re-traumatizing souls like they're the ones ashamed. Melanie Little, what's it gonna be? Bragging about your fortune made of misery. You supported Reagan Wolf and low down clothes while survivors bleed out, saying nobody knows. Stand up, stand united, rise against this fool. We won't bow down to the shame. No remorse. Break the silence, let's amplify the scream. Together we won't falter, united in this dream. Ray from Dallas, dressed like a sheep in the herd. You prayed on Alex, man, let's spread the word. Supported by the wicked, you hiding your lies, but your dirty actions, we exposed to the skies. Will the glare of Uncle Debbie, you're sick in the mind. Keep spreading the hatred, but we're leaving you behind. Jessica Machado, professing her hate for those standing strong, girl, you just suffocate. Time to dismantle the game, take back the power. These abuses won't hide in the dark hour. United we stand to strengthen the crowd, calling out the predators, we're yelling it loud. Stand up, stand united, rise against this force. We won't bow down to the shame. No remorse. Break the silence, let's amplify the scream. Together we won't falter, united in this dream. So let's gather the truth, hold tight to the flame. No more shame on survivors, we're rewriting the game. If you stand with Alex, man, let your voice rise against Turtle Boy and the lies. Let's shatter the skies, we rise up, united. We're ready to fight. Yeah, the end of the silence in the long night. Stand up, stand united, rise against this force. We won't bow down to the shame. No remorse. Break the silence, let's amplify the scream. Together we won't falter, united in this dream.
Definitely go check that out over on YouTube. God damn. Quickest way to shrink that shit. Go check that out over on YouTube. YouTube at Can We Keep It Real? One word. So definitely go check that out. And we'll be back with the more of this YouTube presentation.
It's the truth we unfolding. Join the fight, bring the mic, about to set it off. Nights calling.
Yo, it's Operation Absolute Resolve. This ain't just a name. Targets like Maduro's palace. We ain't playing games. Cartel de Los Soleils. Moving weight like it's that throne. Funneling that white gold. Poison spreading on the phone. 200 guards posted up. Shoot to kill on sight. Panic rooms. Heavy metal. Russian missiles in the night. Motion sensor drones fly. Watching every single breath. But them night stalkers low and fast. Bringing all that stealth to death. Rolling deep. Choppers fly. See the shadows in the sky. Operation Absolute. We ain't just saying bye. Neutralize the threats. Crush the warlords in that realm. Maduro fortified, but we ready at the helm. It's the Black Hawks, twin engine beast terrain following fast. Infrared cuts the darkness, suppressing heat to outlast. Chinooks bring the troops, heavy lift, armor wrap tight. Drop them in with green light, got the code ready for the fight. Wagner contractors taking dollars, thinking they supreme, but we breaking dreams. Throwing shadows on the scene, watch the palace shudder. Those fort walls can't protect when the night stalkers glide. They only know respect. Operation Absolute, all part of this game. In the dark we shine bright, never fall into shame. Maduro on the run, Brooklyn's where he gon' meet with the hunters in the night while they dragging on defeat. At Operation Absolute, at Operation Absolute, at Operation Absolute. Operation Absolute, all part of this game. In the dark we shine bright, never fall into shame. My doodle on the run, Brooklyn's where he gon' meet with the hunters in the night while they dragging on defeat. Operation Absolute, yeah. Countdown to the chase, street by street, corner by corner, we right on this trace. Every second brings us closer, night commanders in the air. No escape from the shadows, he won't breathe without a care. So here we stand unite against the lines, blurred in crime. This isn't just for power, this is justice serving time. Maduro, feel the pressure, every deal leads to your fall. Operation Absolute, we answer to the call. Time's up, it's clear. We play to win or fall. Maduro's on the run, and we coming for it all. Watch the city, watch back. Brooklyn lights shining bright. Operation Absolute Resolve. Reclaiming the night. Yeah.
Alrighty then. Look at that friggin' weirdo, right? Well, yeah, we're gonna get back into this. Let me get back into this right now. Yeah, so everyone's gonna sue somebody, right? Who is Ray suing? God damn. Like, so allegedly, right? So what are you gonna sue? You're gonna sue JFK, right? Assuming that JFK has what? What are you thinking that JFK has? Yeah, I'm just curious. I'm just curious. Like JFK would say, right? What's your end game, bro? What's your end game? What's your end game? So what do you think that he has? What are you gonna sue him for? What do you plan to get out of this big lawsuit? You must have put some thought into it, right? I mean, everybody, because now we're seeing that Turtle Boy panic parade, like patterns, man. I've been telling you, with Aiden, it's all about repetitive patterns. You know, he's quarterbacking the whole play. Look, Aiden had no choice but to back Ray. And Ray, let me tell you, Aiden don't like you. Not even a little bit. He don't like you. He don't care for you. But he has to because he don't want you running your lap. He don't want you get the bank, start japping them jaws. The last thing he needs, right, is another person flipping on him like a friggin' mattress. You know? I mean, he's out here asking his viewers what's going on in the news. Come on, this is your award-winning journalist, Turtle. You're the award-winning journalist, bro. And you're asking your viewers, did anything happen yesterday? And I was friggin' out of it. I was all, I'll show you. We got to show ya. Where was it? Big shout out to one of our content creators. The kid has special skills. SK27. If you go follow him over there on Twitter, he just has he has some great skills. So let's see. This one was 16 hours ago. We're gonna watch a couple of his clips.
Hey,
What I'm gonna show you, you can go over to SK27. Yes, you can go over to SK27 over on Twitter. He does some great work. I'm gonna show it to you right now. Let's see. Hey, look at that. Who's that? Is that JFK? Look at that. There he is. Look at that.
caught up? Your mask is slipping, bro. Listen, JFK, don't forget who the number one is. You're still the sixth string.
Oh, snap. Is that Ratterall? Motherfucker, Ratterall the rat. Oh, snap. He got his little turtles on his head. You know? I was listening when JFK, he said it during, I think, a live stream. He was like, yo, he said the dude's name. I don't want to say it, but he said, I need a Ratterall rat. Now I work overnight, so by the time I think the morning came around, that thing was already floating around on social media like 4 hours. SK27 does a phenomenal job, you know, with the Muppets. I gotta see if I can get him to make me one. That'll be what's up.
Hey, Ratterall, you all caught up? Your mask is slipping, bro. Listen, JFK, don't forget who the number one is. You're still the sixth string. Listen, JFK. Listen, JFK. Listen, JFK. Listen, JFK. Don't forget who the number one is. You're still the sixth string. Get who the number one is. Get who the number one is. You're still the sixth string. You're still. You're still the sixth. You're still the sixth string. Hey, Ratterall, you're still the sixth string. Hey, Ratterall, you all caught up? Your mask is slipping, bro. String. Hey, Ratterall, you all caught up? You all caught up? Your mask is slipping, bro. You all caught up? Your mask is slipping, bro. You all caught up? Your mask is slipping, bro.
So yeah, go over to SK27 Music over on Twitter. I think you could just put SK27 into the search. He does some great work. Absolutely. Let's see if we could find. Oh, now he's also on YouTube. So Randall Supporter said he is now on YouTube. Hey guys, heading into work. Chat soon. Thank you, man. Big shout out to Randall Supporter. Fake Ratterall. Okay. He's not caught up yet. he's still spinning. He's getting spun. Are you all caught up? He said. Let's see. But yeah, so he's asking viewers, hey, what's going on in the news today, man? Like, this is your own show. You got to be prepared. You got to hope the audience is going to do your homework for you. Your journalism, Jesus, right? I mean, the only reporter who crowdsources his news from the chat, like he's running a damn group project he forgot to stop. Come on, Aiden. Credibility. I mean, but Aiden now has Lindsay, right? Credibility in the same year is like a man standing, right, in a burning house, bragging about how fireproof the curtains are. His law firm or his legal team just spent all that time trying to discredit Lindsay, and now they're gonna say, "Oh, remember we was saying her credibility is shit and her word isn't nothing." Well, we changed our mind. We are no longer on that kind of time. So let's get back to our Ratterall series.
I hear you got a rat problem. A Ratterall, the worst. I hear you got a rat problem. A Ratterall, the worst type of rat. Rat problem. A Ratterall, rat problem. A Ratterall, the worst type of rat.
Did someone call an exterminator? I sure did. I called the best.
I hear you got a rat problem. A Ratterall, the worst type of rat.
Did someone call an exterminator? I sure did. I called the best.
I hear you got a rat problem. A Ratterall, the worst type of rat.
Oh, look at that. Free Jason Broyles. Free Jason Broyles. Muppetville has had enough. It's time to free Jason Broyles from the shadow of the turtles. Sign the petition. Is this Vibro available to rent? Not sure. Please take him. Don't send him back when he starts creeping on women, making them uncomfortable. We don't want him back as he pretends to advocate for victims with the sole purpose of blackmailing them. Maybe you can make Muppet videos of such a serious issue he creates. And earlier videos by SK27, he said, you didn't see my earlier videos of the new playground we built. Pardon my French, but in the worlds of Jimmy, this is my effing playground. Goodbye. But he does some great work, as 2027. Let's see, what else? So here we go.
Free Jason Broyles. Jason, it didn't have to come to this. All you had to do was call me. When I tell you to do something.
So that's Turtle Boy. He got the dude tied up. God damn.
We heading out? We gonna free Jason Broyles. Jason, it didn't have to come to this. All you had to do was call me. When I tell you to do something, do it.
I like Kool-Aid, it says. Damn. So what do you think of SK27's work? Give me 1 second. Gotta handle something real quick.
Yo, listen up, I got a story to tell about the strong women who raised me well. Yo, I grew up in a house full of queens, strong women teaching me to chase my dreams. Saw my mom grind, juggling, working home. Taught me respect, made me feel less alone while you flex your muscles, thinking that's power. I learned true strength in the toughest hour. You swing fists, you think that makes you a man, but real warriors protect, they don't need a hand. Yeah, it's respect over aggression, that's the game we play. Real strength comes from the heart, it ain't just a display. For every queen that raised me, I honor they fight. In a world full of chaos, I'm just seeking the light. My grandmother's wisdom, it echoes in my soul. Treat women with respect, that's how you roll. You think aggression's a sign of your might, but a real man knows how to stand up and fight. For those who can't, for those who are weak, instead of throwing punches, have a heart when you speak. Yeah, it's respect over aggression, that's the game we play. Real strength comes from the heart, it ain't just a display. For every queen that raised me, I honor they fight. In a world full of chaos, I'm just seeking the light. You're a king now, you ain't got the throne. Real kings uplift, they're not out here alone. In a world where ego rules, I stay grounded and true. Building up my circle like my mother's taught me to do. So listen close, this isn't just art, it's a testament of strength, straight from the heart. I'm a product of queens, respecting my veins. Let the legacy live on through joys and the pains. Yeah, it's respect over aggression, that's the game we play. Real strength comes from the heart, it ain't just a display. For every queen that raised me, I honor their fight. In a world full of chaos, I'm just seeking the light.
All right, I'm back. Yeah, SK27 does some phenomenal work. Yes, you can go over there and check that out. Yep, you could definitely go over there and check that out, man. You know, Aiden Connie, man, Aiden Connie and credibility, right? I think right now he definitely has a credibility crisis, right? Look at his numbers, his streaming numbers are dropping. And that's what I've been saying. I'm not here to try to take him out, but I am here to chop at them numbers and just let people know the truth. Go back and watch the last few episodes and challenge me on that. Let's talk about his legal defense fund. That thing has more holes in it than there's some crazy stuff going on there. Look at his numbers from the last, I don't know if I have it saved, but I think I went over the numbers. I think it was yesterday. Always, please do so. Tell the truth. To tell the truth. But credibility, saying credibility and Aiden Connie, it's like you're in your house, it's on fire, and you're bragging that you have fireproof curtains, right? But the idea, right, that Aiden is going to walk into this courtroom going against Cosgrove, right? Cosgrove, I think, has been overturned 0 times. 0. Zero times Cosgrove, right? And you're not going to out argue him. I think he knows what's going on. I don't think it's a. I mean, Cosgrove I think he has this, and I think he knows what he's doing. I don't think it's confidence. Now, right now, Aiden's saying he has financial problems, right? He has unpaid legal fees, right? Now he's going to have a big mortgage, right? A cult that's tired of being milked. People are tired of giving him money. Tired of giving him money. And it's like watching someone try to keep a dozen plates spinning at the same time, while the table's on fire under you. He can't keep it up. And then Alex, now let's address the Alex situation. Oh, he's lying, he's this, he's that. Like Ray from Dallas has a nerve saying he's gonna sue, and I can't wait to see the paperwork. You're like, get that shit filed. It don't take long. Look, I did it. I got plenty of legal cases of my own. You're not gonna do this podcast and stuff, right, and not be sued. I got more over there. You're not gonna do this and not be sued. But I got a little trick up my sleeve, so we'll talk about that soon. Why would Alex, I know he definitely won't sue anybody. Absolutely not. But knowing how ex-cons act, right? The last thing an ex-con is ever going to do is walk into a police station. I don't care if he's lost in a strange city and, that's one of the last places that you could walk in and ask for directions. Never going to happen. So now you have Alex that walks into a police department, sits down knowing if he's lying, that'll violate the terms of his probation. So he's going to lie, right? Get a police number and all that stuff, and then come back on the internet and continue to expose himself. That's what that's what he's doing. Why? What does he gain besides embarrassment? I mean, he gains truth for himself. Awesome. And then you got to walk them same streets, and you got to walk in the store, and you got to hear, a couple dudes over there, slick talking under their breath, saying some crazy, outlandish shit about you. So Alex did that. Why? Just help me understand it, right? I mean, maybe I'm missing something, right? Maybe something did happen. You ever think about that? And what does that have to do with him, him having convictions? Well, every convicted felon is nothing but a POS, lying, no good. That ain't right. because a lot of cops will tell you, a lot of correctional officers will tell you that some of them are even worse than the people that they're putting in the jails. You think these cops ain't out there getting buck wild? I ain't saying all of them, but a lot of them are. Trust me, they out there getting buck wild. See, maybe not everyone is playing pretend lawyer on Twitter. You know, but because ex-convict, that don't mean liar. Ray from Dallas doesn't mean trustworthy. Now let me know if I'm making sense. Convicts are not just going to walk into a police station for fun. But let's pretend Ray is, the Almighty. Let's pretend Ray is the truth. Let's just pretend that. I know it's kind of hard. Please. Yeah, come on. Ray's the truth in this mess? Really? At the end of the day, Aiden's spinning everybody, man. He's doing the friggin' okey doke, the same play this dude always runs. Comes out of the friggin' hustler's handbook. You know what I mean? I've been saying the same thing. Confuse the people. First, look over here. I don't want you looking over here. I want y'all to look over here. Look what I have. Confuse the audience first. Then you got to distract what you're doing. This is Confidence Man 101, being a con man. Like, that's what this guy is. He just figured a way to perfect it. Confuse the people. 3-card Molly. The game with the 3 cards. Confuse the people. That's number 1. Used to play it all the time on the platforms, and you have a couple people in the crowd, You want to confuse everybody in the crowd, You want to distract what you're doing, distract your movements. This the same thing. Turtle Boy, he's doing a 3-card Molly on y'all. You want to pit people against each other in the crowd. He's doing all this. And of course, you don't want nobody to notice because the walls are starting to close the freak in. Shout out to the economist. What's going on? Appreciate y'all. But people, I think, see the nonsense, man. This is the okie doke. I remember the old timers. Because the old timers were the best hustlers. I was born in 74, ran the streets, 84. Got in trouble in the 90s, paid my price in the 2000s, settled down in 2010. Here we are, 2026, married, 4 kids, 7, 8 grandkids. I think another one coming soon. God bless. So all I got to do is go to work, take care of my family, and let people know about the snake in the grass. Like the friggin' turtle. Absolutely. It's a money hustle. And I could see Ray from Dallas trying to do this too. Oh, I need money. Come on, kick it in, kick it in. Them legal defense funds, man, the game that's being played, oh my God. You're seeing the type of money that's being given. I'm not saying Karen Reed's legal defense fund is funny, but this one, knowing way back when that Aiden is not good of handling money, he's been doing this for years. I mean, Aiden must have got a copy of the old school Hustler's Handbook, and they had him back in the day. It was kind of like the Antarctic cookbook. Had all crazy stuff in there. Had all carnival stuff. Absolutely, he is a scammer, and he just figured a way. I gotta give it to him. But he's playing that shit dangerous, man, right on Front Street. Ray from Dallas don't have money to sue, but he might also try to grift to get money to sue. Plus, think about this. If Ray from Dallas, say if he sues JFK allegedly, right? Now, when JFK goes to file his answer, because he's the defendant, he's going to have 20 days, right? He's going to have 20 days, and you got to put together a package like I have here that basically says, your applicant, this was, I didn't even need this first motion. It was basically saying, look, I had no money, I'm indigent. You know what I mean? So I request the court to let me, not have to pay for filing fees. But what I found out is that when someone sues you, that the person that sues you is responsible for the fees, So I got the answer to the complaint. And it's all copied, it's all one day we'll go over this. And this is basically the same stuff as what we're talking about now. I got some information, I said it, and they didn't agree with what I said. They asked me to they didn't ask me, they trying to threaten me to take it back down. I said no, I stand on it, and they're suing me, and I welcome the lawsuit because I'm ready. I'm gonna countersue. I'm ready. Countersue for like $250,000. I've seen it happen. A streamer tried to sue frivolously, and the other party won after filing a slap claim, but it still cost them like $10,000 to slap. Absolutely, that's what I'm actually doing, because once you see it's public record and you get the information from like social media, we'll definitely talk about the slap. But I think every blogger should know about slap. So we're definitely going to talk about that. But Turtle Boy doing the damn okie doke, I don't think it's working anymore. People are seeing this guy's nonsense, contradictions. Has he not been so desperate lately? And then he brings the kids back up again, and every time he has a bad court date, he does something the following day, that kind of take the energy and put it somewhere else. And I believe something probably happened today because, things ain't going too well for our friend, the turtle. In the meantime, they out 10K. But it still cost them 10K. They're waiting to see if the judge will order the others to pay. I've seen it happen. A streamer tried to sue, and the other party won after filing a slap claim. But it's still okay. Still cost them like 10K. But right now, I'm pro se. So, and they was actually like, you did this? You know, file these motions? I said, yep, here we go. Everything's all ready. Nice little package. You know, nice little package, you know. We're just here to keep exposing the BS on that side of the damn street, man. But yeah, Turtle Boy doing some slimy shit, you know, and you just have to call people out on their bullshit, you know. And he's absolutely full of bullshit. All the slimy things that boy has done. Says, and now a message from the real life Muppet Man. I want to thank real life Sanchez for taking the time to help me get in shape and train for the music video we did together. Thank you for taking it easy in the ring on me while filming class act. Hoping to release today, and yes, he is the real and is not Jason Broyles. Should Muppet Productions stop doing any skits featuring Turtle Boy, Ratterall, Rat, or Ghetto? No, let's keep bringing these things. Keep doing it. I've had to block a couple people today, not because I hate you, but because this is our playground. Okay, here we go. Hold on.
When he was that Muppet.
The mask may be off, but they won't ever take me down.
They think I'm one of them. Surprise. Today we come to say goodbye to Turtle Boy. At one time, he was a great Muppet, and we thank him for the service he gave us when he was that Muppet.
All right. So they're laying Turtle Boy the Muppet down to rest. Is that what I'm getting? No more Turtle Boy the Muppet. Gonna kill him off, SK?
Today we come to say goodbye.
Everybody rents that casket. That's the same casket we rented for my dad. God damn. Everybody rents that same wooden casket.
To Turtle Boy. At one time, he was a great Muppet, and
so it looks like SK, you know, kind of like the end to Misery. It's like, what? You know, you're gonna kill him off? Whoa, you know, maybe you should. I thought maybe, you know, in the joint, but okay. It's your Muppet story. I like it.
We thank him for the service he gave us when he was that Muppet.
The mask may be off, but they won't ever take me down.
Oh, yeah, I get it. All right, the Ratter. Okay. Now, who is this guy with the gold? God damn. Is that James Jackson? No, that can't be James Jackson, right?
They think I'm one of them. Surprise. Today we come to say goodbye to Turtle Boy. At one time, he was a great Muppet, and we thank him for the service he gave us when he was that Muppet.
The mask may be off, but they won't ever take me down.
Who is he? Is that James? They think I'm one of them? Nah. Yo, tag James Jackson. If somebody can tag James Jackson, man. Is that James? He thinks I'm one of you. God damn. The Muppet Story, you stop following this thing, like SK27, like I said, he does a great job, has a great plot. But we definitely have a new wave of social media attorneys. That's for sure. Why do you think the Free Karen Reed movement keeps attracting like a lot of chaos? Does the Free Karen Reed movement attract a lot of chaos?
They think I'm one of them. Surprise.
What is he talking about? Who is that?
Thank him for the service he gave us when he was that Muppet.
The mask may be off, but they won't ever take me down.
They think I'm one of them.
All right, people. Is he? I wonder if I could go. I might be able to put I might be able to put there's no trails right now. People like drama. Yeah, absolutely. People definitely like the drama. So the Free Karen Reed movement, it definitely be attracting a lot of chaos, man. And with no trials going on, a page is turned in Muppetville. The Justin Root Truth Matters hashtag Justin Root. It says it's 6 years still no justice. And from what I read, like they really did a number on him, like shot him ridiculous amount of times while he laid there incapacitated. Definitely wasn't gonna hurt anybody. That's a story that I think we're gonna look into, and I think more creators should do the same thing. And we should stop focusing on what it is that we want to do. Do we want to help Justin Root, who was shot 31 times while he wasn't even armed? He was lying on the ground. You can see clearly there's nothing in his hands. And guess who is the investigating detective? Does anybody know who the investigating detective was on that case? I wonder if anybody knows. Yep, you got it, Michael Proctor. What are the chances that Michael Proctor you know is investigating that case. Oh, what is this? 1 hour ago, Aiden Connie's dumbass bribed the witness to get Cosgrove tossed off his case, which resulted in Cosgrove getting help for the trial. Wow. Let's see. Let's see what it says here. Dumbass. What does Brian Tully think? This dude will literally stop at nothing to get his way. Nah, I think he's just about done. Turboy crazy unhinged. They will not be dismissing Sheezy. Nope, they're not gonna be dismissing Aiden Timothy Connie. This case is assigned to a judge. Well, buddy, they're not dismissing anything. It looks like this case is going forward for trial. Let's see if we can. Yeah, I can't get it, won't go any bigger. So, but it looks like the judge isn't going nowhere. Yep. So there it is, Turtle. Again, they got you. Oh, okay. I was wondering who the puppet is supposed to be, that guy JFK interviewed in the afternoon. Oh, okay, yeah, but he wasn't that clean cut. Okay. Bren. Brett. Brett. That's his name. Is that frozen for everyone? No, I'm just slacking. I have to fix it. 1 second. There we go. Yeah, I just had to fix it, man. But yeah, this free Karen Reed movement, it just seems like it just keeps attracting some chaos, man. Some bad energy. You know, it's like something is hanging over it like a storm, and that storm, right, is friggin' Aiden Connie. Why? Why does it keep attracting these people? They're not supporters. They're not even advocates. I don't even think these people even want justice, right? I mean, I'm talking about like the other category, people, the people that show up, they're loud, they're messy, they're just unpredictable, but they manage to make the story about themselves. Boy, who's that sound like? Willie Boy? That sounds like Willie Boy. No, it was just sometimes I'm not as quick trying to work the cameras and the different pages. Willard, right, Willard. Shout out to the North Shore crew. Willard Boy. Beware of the grift. That shit's real. But this guy always manages to make the story about himself. You ever kind of, sometimes I sit there and I try to analyze like their psychology, what makes them tick, why do they do certain things, how do they react, and it just seems like inside this dude's mind it's like a vacuum. There isn't much in there but a lot of friggin' dust. Turtle Boy is a different, I think, type of tool. He's a different type of sucker, a different type of vacuum product, called a super sucker. The Ratterall, right? Because something like this without good leadership, if there was good leadership in this movement could have been great. Just think about all the people that could use help in a movement like this. How many people that are incarcerated got really bad deals? How many young kids got convicted as a juvenile, but they just got no help? They can't even read their own motion. Maybe there was no communication at trial. Who's gatekeeping these cases? These are all questions that we could look into with different people. There's how many kids is just getting thrown into the justice system. That's something that I would be so passionate about. The school to prison pipeline. How they really have that, how they structure certain kids that fall behind. They'll push them off, put them all in the same class, say it's IEP, say it's this, say it's that, and they'll just help the kids just pass. Look at the kids that are graduating high school, and now they're trying to go into college. It's like, but they don't realize why a dime is smaller than a nickel. They're still trying to figure that out. See? And with Turtle Boy not around, no structure. He don't have any damn structure anyway.
December 1st, 2026.
I mean, just think, anybody could have walked in, grabbed a megaphone, and declared themselves the leader. To declare themselves important. Turtle Boy's just getting by in this type of environment because structure would expose him. Prison will expose him. For him to have structure, he has to be consistent. He could never be consistent, so he'll never have structure. And God forbid you ever think Aiden Connie will ever have truth. Turtle Boy has nothing. People watch him for nothing. They want to get the laugh. It's like, they ain't laughing with you, Aiden. They're laughing at you. And they'll watch just for that. They'll watch him make a fool of himself or just do stupid things, which I don't get. I mean, it's the Karen Reed case, it became like a whole ecosystem by itself, a living, breathing shit. Look, YouTube channels, live streams. How much money you think was made off the Karen Reed movement? People just doing streams. All the lawyers, how much money you think they are making? TikTok breakdowns, the merch that people are selling, the fundraisers that they are having. How much money is being made? How about interviews? $250 a interview, depending who you're interviewing. The clout you're getting off all this. And wherever there is attention, there's going to be people, right, who want to be the receiving end of that attention. They want to get them $250 cash apps. Yeah, maybe some people did join for justice, right? But others are joining for views, validation, visibility. Let me know when I am telling a lie. Treating it like a stage. Not everybody wants justice, trust me. They want an audience. That's all. Thank you. I say nothing but the truth. I appreciate that. And I don't know if I say everything I say, people are not going to agree on. But I'm going to tell you my truth and hopefully you agree. Thank you. I appreciate it. Share it, like it, subscribe, and if anybody has any thoughts about things that they would like to discuss or think that I would have, knowledge in it, talk about different things, I know that the conversation that we can have on like youth reform, juvenile reform, all important conversations that we should be having. How it's important to have, man and wife, husband and wife, unity, family, tell people the truth, learn your truth. Let's expose corruption because there's a whole lot of corruption, and it ain't just in politics, it ain't just in, in the court system. There's a whole lot of corruption going on everywhere. So if y'all got some corruption going on somewhere, no matter at what level, and you want to get messy and expose that corruption, man, hit your boy up. Can we keep it real? The number 5 at gmail.com. Very, very easy to remember. And we can expose some people. Because let me tell you, there's corruption at every level. You know, them weekend games you like going to, you watch your little nephew out there throwing the football around. Oh, yeah. There's a hell of a lot of corruption that goes on at them levels. You know, high school football is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Sports alone, youth sports, multi-billion-dollar industry. Insane. The money that's wrapped around all of that. Hero complexities. You can't be a hero and an advocate. You know, it don't work out, you know, and you can't get into this stuff to be a hero. I get into this stuff just to expose the truth. You know, I used to, you know, promote the kids a lot of football players, you know, shout out to, you know, the guys that are all in college. You know, we helped send a lot of kids up to UMass Dartmouth the last couple of years. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but UMass Dartmouth won back to back to back conference championships. You know, then one of their assistant coaches, Ryan McCormick, leave UMass Dartmouth, and the whole system falls apart. Sylvester falls flat on his face. Don't know what to do. You know, gets rid of Najee Barrows. You know, that wasn't really a great idea. You know, but yeah. Listen, you can't be a hero and an advocate. You know, real advocate, it's slow, it's quiet. You know, it's a slow pace and it's thankless. You want to be a hero? Well, heroes need drama. They need conflict. They need friggin' enemies. So, you want to be a hero or you want to be an advocate? You know, you can't be both. Where you say you can't have your damn cake and eat it too. So, if you're going to manufacture chaos, you got to do that to even justify your role. And we see that happening too. I mean, the Karen Reed case alone was an emotional case. You had a man that was loving to everybody, that was like a real nice friggin' dude, get killed. You had a woman facing life in prison. You had allegations of corruption. You know, you had a lot of division going on inside your community. You know, so that Muppet is the TB alter ego, Ghetto Mellow, not Brett, that JFK interviewed. I didn't think it was Brett. I just thought it was too clean to be Brett. But okay, I like that. Shout out to Randall Supporter. But yeah, so this Karen Reed case, it is an emotional, heavy case because of the characters inside it, what they're doing. You know, a woman facing the rest of her life in prison, you know, corruption, you know, division inside the community. This one fighting with that one. A lot of shit went unanswered. Nobody knew what the hell was going on. And I think when you have situations that are emotionally charged, they're going to attract emotionally charged up people, because that's going to give them a place to focus their anger. They're like, oh, yes, I've been waiting for this situation. Oh, yeah, let's go. You know, now they can attach their friggin' identity to the situation. They have a cause that they feel is bigger than life. You know, and that chaos could spread fast. Appreciate it. Thanks for subscribing. People are mostly hate watching. He has a handful that are delusional about the First Amendment fight. You know, and I don't even think he understands the freaking First Amendment. You know, like, yeah, we all have the First Amendment to say whatever the hell we want to say, right? I could have, you know, that don't mean, yeah, you could tell me, you know, I'm a POS asshole, you know, and I got the right to punch in the mouth. You know, so it's like, yeah, but you could say what you want. Oh, freedom of, you know, free speech, yes, but you also, that free speech comes at a cost. That free speech, right? It's not really that free because there's consequences. Can we keep it real? You know, are you keeping up on your consequence? There's consequences. Because CB don't understand the First Amendment. It sounds good. It's a sound bite. It's always the same. Oh shit! When it comes to the first, it's just a sound bite to Turtle Boy. Yes, of course, you could say whatever the hell you want, but that will always come at a cost. You know, Turtle Boy just wants to have his own effect. You know, the chaos we talk about. You know, without acknowledging some of his personalities, I will say. You know, it seems like his platform is built around conflict, which is built around his personalities. I ain't saying he don't. Of course, he understood, knows the First Amendment. I'm just saying you can say whatever you want, but it also comes at a cost. The First Amendment is more just saying, you know, you have the freedom to speech. You know, there's a lot that goes into it. You know, freedom to choose. That's great. I mean, I never really looked into his First Amendment issues. I know what he says, you know. Well, you can say whatever you want, but everything you say has a cost. Everything you say definitely comes with a cost. But give me a minute, y'all. I'll be right back. Shout out to JFK. Did them guys get their channel back on? The ACLU just filed an amicus brief for the people standing outside. Okay, yes, I remember that. Didn't somebody got arrested wearing a It wasn't a Free Count Reed shirt, but it was something saying that the cops are problems. Then we have so much to say about it if you never really looked into it. I just said one little thing about the First Amendment. I just said one little thing. That ain't even what my whole conversation was about. I just mentioned it. But when I am ready to speak about it, I will have a lot to say about it. See, they didn't represent Aiden at all, unless you're referring to a different situation, but all they did was file an amicus brief, which amounts to nothing really, and it was for the Free Karen Reed outside the courthouse. Bob's a big Aiden supporter. Oh, it's a different situation, but Bob has that right. Bob definitely has that right. Shout out to Bob. I'm gonna play a song. Give me some time. I'll be right back up, man. Rise up, stand up. I think I might rather play the video to this song. It just comes across a whole lot better. I really enjoyed making the video, the sound, the beats to all that. Get rise up, stand up.
It was
Okay, give me 1 second. So go over there to this channel, and subscribe. Hit that like button, all that shit.
We ain't shaming, we're claiming all the pain bottled inside. Yeah. Are we shaming the man, not believing his cries, telling stories so raw like darkness in disguise? Alex stands bold, he's worn the scars on his chest, but the world just keeps on spinning, forgetting the rest, riding on fumes, the haters all caught in a lie, silencing survivors, can't believe what you deny, turtle boy in the shadows, poking fun at the brave, re-traumatizing souls like they're the ones ashamed. Melanie Little, what's it gonna be? Bragging about your fortune made of misery. You supported Ray Wolf in low down clothes while survivors bleed out, saying nobody knows. Stand up, stand united, rise against this fool. We won't bow down to the shame. No remorse. Break the silence, let's amplify the scream. Together we won't falter, united in this dream.
Yeah, Ray from Dallas, dressed like a sheep in the herd. You prayed on Alex, man, let's spread the word. Supported by the wicked, you hiding your lies, but your dirty actions, yo, we exposed to the skies. Will the glare of Uncle Debbie, you're sick in the mind. Keep spreading the hatred, but we're leaving you behind. Jessica Machado, professing her hate for those standing strong, girl, you just suffocate. Time to dismantle the game, take back the power. These abuses won't hide in the dark hour. United we stand to strengthen the crowd, calling out the predators, we're yelling it loud. Stand united, rise against this force. We won't bow down to the shame. No remorse. Break the silence, let's amplify the scream. Together we won't falter, united in this dream. So let's gather the truth, hold tight to the flame. No more shame on survivors, we're rewriting the game. If you stand with Alex, man, let your voice rise against Turtle Boy and the lies. Let's shatter the skies, we rise up, united, we're ready to fight, yeah, the end of the silence in the long night. Stand up, stand united, rise against this force. We won't bow down to the shame. No remorse. Break the silence, let's amplify the scream. Together we won't falter, united in this dream.
There we go. Nice. Good stuff. Let me get this out of here. Let me get that out of there. I predicted this would happen. I'm trying to find a tweet where I said it now. Oh, I'm sure you'll find it. I'm sure you will find it. But yeah, man, where would we be without Turtle Boy, though, huh? The Turtle Boy effect. Chaos. Chaos. But, once you have chaos, it just keeps, because chaos rewards chaos. Chaos becomes the brand because chaos is profitable. You know what? I think there's a big part that people don't want to admit, and I'll probably end this here, right? Chaotic characters, right? They don't just distract people, right? They damage. They fracture the neighborhood. It's like when you have, chaotic, a house on your street and nothing, but a lot of bad stuff be happening there. It scares off any kind of support for the neighborhood. It scares off any kind of support for the community. The public can be misled. Oh, it's a bad neighborhood. The neighborhood's credibility is going to go right down the hill. There's going to be infighting that's going on, like all from that one chaotic residence on that block. And then that could derail the whole message that you guys built 20 years in that neighborhood trying to build. And the saddest part, people that care about Karen Reed end up leaving because they get drowned out by all the noise. They get drowned out by all the bullshit. Like I said, I think the free Karen read movement could have been huge, humongous. And it didn't fail. It got hijacked. We let that clown turn it into a dog show. Egos took it. And not only him, opportunists came in. People who saw a spotlight of a great cause that it could have been. And it can still be a good cause. If you want to support a good cause, you're more than welcome to come over here. But here is the truth. These chaotic characters, they only thrive because you let them. Stop letting these characters die. Stop giving them the ammo. I think this movement deserves, it needs structure. It needs boundaries. There's a lot of people we can really, really help. But we got to give it accountability. Voices who care about justice need to be heard. But until that happens, the chaos is just going to keep coming. And you could like Turtle Boy, that's cool. But you can't say that there's not a lot of chaos going on. And you can't say that's not a big reason why you watch that guy, for the chaos. For the chaos. But listen, everybody, man, if you're listening on Twitter, man, do yourself a favor. It ain't gonna cost you no paper unless you're a damn hater. Go over there to YouTube, smash that subscribe button, and before you leave, wipe your feet, hit the like button on your way out. Please. I'm just rambling on now. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. But that's because I've been up all night driving a truck. Now it's almost 5 o'clock. It's like, God damn. But appreciate everybody. You never know. Something pops off. Something comes to mind. And it's a shame that, JFK, them guys get so much hate over there. They have a great the long game is, but all this division shit is kind of bullshit. I mean, yeah, it's good to help you get through your work shift, the hee ha ha. You can get a good laugh out of it, but at the end of the day, what's it really do? Who's it real? Hey. All right, Pete. We're going to catch you up on a little bit of music, and then we're going to be out.
We living in a storm. You feel the heat. Cease and desist, the letters drop on the concrete. Yeah. How many times they served them, count the notes again. Opponent can't say hi, yeah, we know the names because they tend to pull the paper quick. It's a game they play. Palazzo, Murray, Brock, a lawsuit on the way. Lawyer up because the guilty got the shadiest moves. Hiding behind their titles while they take off their shoes. Season desist, coming down like a fist. Teachers preaching right, but man, they don't get it. Keep it real on the podcast, we point the light. Show the world the truth, ain't no hiding from sight. Yo, Billy, don't you have some makeup to put on? Head into the shower room, but where's the truth gone? Anna Maria, what a tale to throw around. Social media buzzing, watch the drama resound. Sleeping around campus, are you set to teach? What example you setting your message out of reach? Man, teachers doing wrong, they get them on replay. Bailey's game is so weak, send her back to the play. Predatory instincts, what's the lesson to learn? You think the tables turn when it's your turn to burn. Cease and desist, coming down like a fist. Teachers preaching right, but man, they don't get it. Keep it real on the podcast, we pouring the light.
Show the world the truth, ain't no hiding from sight, yo. Cease and desist, coming down like a fist. Teachers preaching right, but man, they don't get it. Keep it real on the podcast, we point a light. Yeah, show the world the truth, ain't no hiding from sight.
Yo, special man with a word like restraining orders. One for his own daughter, ain't doing this supporters. Another level low, where morals just drift. Parenting's a skill, man, you missed that gift. It's a cycle of hurt, but he don't even see the damage that he does when you lack empathy.
Teachers should uplift, nurture and inspire, but we see the shadows and they rise ever higher. Look closely, don't ignore the cries of the youth. We gotta stand together, gotta fight for the truth. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cease and desist, echo through the halls they roam, but the truth won't be silenced from the kids finding home. It's a call to be better, let the past fall away. Pawn again, say hi, let them know we're here to stay. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yo, we living in a storm. You feel the heat. Cease and desist, the letters drop on the concrete. Yo,
How many times they It's the truth we unfolding.
Yo, let's keep it real. It's a turtle tale. No detail too small. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you thought it was cool playing those sides, right? Recording Karen, yeah, you lied and denied, man, what a sight. Double down on the mess like it's all a game. Talking big, selling our world, but don't it feel lame? Jokes about her parents thought it'd make you tough, but she lost her home, that struggle is rough. You asked her to rock it with you, to hit the stage, but she turned it down, see who's stuck in the cage. Turtle, turtle, where's the hustle, where's the grind? Living on the couch, man, that's no way to unwind. Your case came along, put you on a path. While Karen stays real, you just do the math. Freak and Riri, we ain't stopping now. Shout out JFK, Kevy kept holding it down. Jay Brill with the beast, yeah, we spitting facts. Turtle's just a mirror showing all your tracks. Freak and Riri, we ain't stopping now. Shout out JFK, Kevy kept holding it down. Jay Brill with the beast, yeah, we spitting facts. Turtle's just a mirror showing all your tracks. Karen ain't never treated you with hate or spite. Never shared your secrets, never dimmed your light. But you took them shots, throwing dirt in the game, putting her on blast like it's all just for fame. And let's talk about the couch, man, that's where you lay until the truth hit. Then you found your own way, she didn't mock you, nah. She was family, no lie, but you breaking that bond, bro, that's goodbye. Yeah. Turtle, turtle, listen up, it's time to rise. Living in the shadow, all those tired alibis. Karen's got her strength, yeah, she knows a place. While you hide behind the hate, can't keep up the pace. Freak and real, we ain't stopping now. Shout out JFK, Kevy kept holding it down. Jay Brill with the beast, yeah, we spitting facts. Turtle's just a mirror showing all your tracks. Freak and real, we ain't stopping now. Shout out JFK, Kevy kept holding it down. Jay Brill with the beast, yeah, we spitting facts. Turtle's just a mirror showing all your tracks. Keep it real podcast, that's what we speak, no lies. Supporting real people, see through all the guys. Karen's got a story and we're here to tell. It's more than just a game, you should know your track, yeah. Keep it real podcast, that's where we speak, no lies. Supporting real people, see through all the guys. Karen's got a story and we're here to tell. It's more than just a game, it's a living hell. Yeah, yeah. Turtle in the shade, can't you see? Living in denial, is that who you wanna be? Yeah, we fight for truth, we fight for right. Free can't read, together we ignite. Yo, let's keep it real. It's a turtle tale. No detail too small. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you thought it was cool playing those sides, right? Recording Karen, yeah, you lied.
You know the story. It's heavy in the air when a father turns to shadows.